Alright, I'm losing my shit. We're doing this world quest with Kirara. It's probably short because the next part of the main quest we're doing, the Summertide scales, I have to wait a day for the next part to open up. Where we gotta go fight the dragon. This is where we're gonna meet Skara. It's the one I really want to get to, but it opens up slowly, so we're gonna do some world quests in the meantime. So, where I left off at the end of the last video, I was reading this thing. I think I left off where, of course, in the highest house has not been selected. Then we may yet content in private within permissible limits. But no more glue. It does far too much harm and is utterly inhumane. She's looking up at something.
Poetry, and enthralled by the outstanding storytelling, the Outlanders knew what their next objective was. Namely, to remove the clockwork key from the raised platform up ahead.
Cafe, I just realized. You said we all had to speak like bards, but every time you open up your mouth, I don't hear any rhymes.
Yeah,
Staring at
noticed
something.
that too. It's one standard for us and another for you. That's not fair, Cafe.
She was staring at something that was clearly not there.
Strong as stone, firm as steel. The Outlander pulls, but it does not yield.
This has happened many times before, but this time is different.
We just hit it.
Enters the Outlander's mind. Attack!
The attack now over. Only one final step remains.
What?
Now it is the time to seize the key.
But alas, as was the case for all those who had come before, the key still did not move an inch. Wait, what? They got it out!
Haha.
Finally! Come on, move your butts and your legs, assuming they're still in working order. It's showtime!
No hard feelings about your lack of poetic contributions?
Oh, let it go!
What idiots.
Welcome, esteemed and noble Outlander. Allow us to introduce ourselves.
We represent the three great clans of this realm, having been selected as its authorized historical supervisors.
Our purpose being to await the arrival of one such as yourselves, who shall remove the clockwork key.
My name is...
You're Cafe, he's Albizzi, and that's Bobarano, right? You've done so much talking that we can already tell you apart by your voices.
Aren't we missing someone though? The guy who led us here to begin with?
Who?
And thus was born the long-awaited fellowship, destined to uncover the truth
Fellowship of the Ring, Lord of the Rings.
past.
Where's Frodo?
Allow me to quote, if I may, in the history of Constellation Metropole, a new page has begun.
Him.
Well, there's no fourth person, so which of you is the ventriloquist? Come on, out with it.
We've never heard that voice before. But he sounds like he'd be good at reading bedtime stories to children.
I don't know about that, bro. Seems like he's pulling out a fucking Astarian voice and he's gonna bite you in the night and he will like it.
Whoever it is, I don't know and I don't care. Forget about him. We have far more important things to focus on. Like where our journey goes from here.
That key you hold is the pivot point about which the past and present of the Metropole revolve. However, between our three clans, there is some dispute over the historical record.
Each clan has its own version of history, detailing the clan's origins and the tale of the dragon of old. And unfortunately, we don't know which one is the truth.
Dragon? You mean the one that's been acting up recently?
Oh, no, not that one, you adorable little pixie. When I say dragon of old,
He means a dragon that would be really old if it was still with us today, but it was defeated in ancient times. The new one has nothing to do with our clan history.
Was that supposed to be a joke? Anyway, so you've been waiting for someone to remove the key so you can finally explore the truth of the past?
not just explore it, but argue incessantly about it. Honestly, I don't care that much. Cafe's the one who's always bothering us about it.
What we need to figure out is who resolved the dragon crisis. We have to know that before we can decide which is the supreme clan.
The moment you removed the key from where it was lodged, you became the honorary Marquis. We humbly beseech you, noble Outlander. Noble Traveler Marquis, we ask you to help us. You and your... You're talking Puss in Boots and the pale, floating pixie.
Puss in Boots? Are you serious? It's better than Demon Feline, but still.
Yeah, that's the name of the one from fucking Shrek.
Embrace it, my friend. Embrace it.
Oh my god, he's turning into fucking
Boots
Scara?
or speak, do they?
He's turning into Scara? Oh my god, I just had a fucking flashback to that. He's like, yeah, that's it. Embrace it. Embrace it. You piece of shit! Don't make me remember that. Why? Oh my god. No. What's wrong with you? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
That's it. Just like that. Embrace the anger. Embrace it!
You son of a bitch.
Just like that. Embrace the anger. Embrace it!
I'm not even a cat. I'm a Nekomata. Now that you know the word, I expect you to use it.
You stupid. Oh no.
Please allow me to lead you all to a sacred memorial site. It will be much easier to explain what needs to be done once we are there.
Jesus Christ.
This place is sacred to my clan. It's where our brave forefathers once took up arms against the dragon of old.
You won't believe the fucking comments out of that line. They're like, the way he says that's it, just like that, invokes unholy feelings. Like, get it? Like, yeah, that's it. Just, like, I'm not gonna do it. No, yeah,
After a bitter battle that dragged on for many days and nights, finally, our forefathers fought the dragon into submission,
Blue.
and it fled. They took turns though. Some forefathers worked the day shift, while others worked the night shift.
They took turns, though. My mind took that line out of context. Fuck me. So they worked shifts while the poor dragon had to work around the clock.
So they say. It's just a legend now.
He almost sounds like this is Sethos' voice actor trying to do a different voice.
Wait a second? Did I just hear you admit that your clan's history is just a legend?
History, legend, who cares? My clan was definitely courageous, that's the point. That's the truth. And isn't the truth what we've all been arguing about non-stop for all these years?
Cape's words gave the traveler food for thought. Could it be that the truth in a fictional world is equivalent to fiction in the real world? But that would have to wait. Apparently, Cape was not alone in his pilgrimage to this sacred site. Unwanted company had arrived. The traveler and the talking cat, Nekomata, decided to teach them some manners.
Talking cat. Yeah. Eat that. Hold on, just a fucking second. Yeah, the way he says that though, embrace it. I lost my shit when I first saw that cutscene. I was laughing uncontrollably. Scar is a character I can't take seriously unless he's on top of me. Woo! Give it a win!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Ow! What the fuck?
It was as if the spirits of my ancestors were fighting.
Cut him off!
Your martial prowess and show of courage are
Look at my balls.
vivid reenactment of my ancestors' feats that suit the modern aesthetic.
Dude, I have balls. I have 3 of them, and they glow a bright turquoise, teal, whatever.
Now, let's get down to business.
Don't say it like that, you fucking freak.
As we all know, time is but an illusion. Time may flow line by line, page by page, or frame by frame, but usually it flows in the form of springs and gears.
Why is his hand in the middle of the screen like that?
And that clockwork key you have in your hand can turn back time and make the past reappear.
Yeah, let me tell you about it, bro.
Well,
My
actually,
balls are gone.
My view is that the illusion of time is more of a problem of consciousness. Gears power the body, while the body is the vessel of the conscious mind. But the mind cannot understand the dimension of time, so we experience instead an endless continuum of moments as the pinion of now turns along the rack of ages.
I'm getting flashbacks to when I was delivering packages to the Sumeru Academia.
A teacher once asked Albizzi what his greatest fear was, and he replied, dragons. Boberano was asked the same question. He replied, time, and repeated the argument we just heard. The teacher then turned to Cape and posed the same question. He replied, Boberano.
The manuscript that tells the truth of the historical record, the blueprint to all of creation, the work of the great mage themselves. It can be found at the beginning of the Kirara, and on the very first page of the book.
I didn't follow that, but basically, you're just saying that we need to put the key in and turn it all the way back?
Exactly. It is said that in the beginning, the goddess of creation took the goddess of fate's manuscript as a blueprint, placed it under the goddess of prophecy's starry realm, and generated the world from a few magical rays.
Oh my god.
So in a few moments, when the great clockwork key turns the local time here back to the very beginning, we will restore the magical rays back to their original configurations.
Hold on. Isn't stealing part of the blueprint of creation a little dangerous? Also, how are we supposed to know the original configurations of the magical rays?
Well, the general shapes of the configurations have been passed down over the ages. They now form the family crests of each of our clans. So you'll just need to reference my family crest and join the dots accordingly.
Oh my god. The shape of Vela! I don't know why I said it like that. I always do that. Every time I play games like this, I always put on like a deep fucking voice like that, and it's the same every time. I don't know why I do that. I don't know why I do that. I don't know where it comes from. Oh my god. I can't get over that fucking scar thing. Why did they have to make me remember that? I had buried that deep in my mind and forgotten about it. You fucking piece of shit. No, I'll embrace you, alright.
To address your other concern, when the house has already been built, do you really think that taking away the construction crew and blueprint will cause it to collapse?
The Traveller Marquis prepares to insert the great clockwork key into the nearby keyhole.
Bro. Then we start talking about inserting things in the holes. As soon as I made that fucking joke, I regret everything. Put it in there. What am I doing? Recall how you once loosened the key, now wind it up using the same method. Simply put, give it a good old whack or two. Yeah. Okay. Now, what would be the starting point here?
I guess we should start here?
Hold on. Then it would go this way. Took a screenshot of it on my phone, so I'm looking down. Then here. Can you not see it? And then here? Yeah.
Behold, the sacred writings that record the truth of... No, wait. That have shaped the truth of history. Gather around and let us bear witness.
I'm losing my shit. Oh my god, I have to read. Oh dear, I have to read again. Not again. Oh. So, how do I say that? Brave friend, is it Quaid? Mounted the haystack, picked up a fork, and planted it. Fuck me. And planted it tines down atop the mountain of grass. Behind him was a large bright moon. He shouted out the names of everyone in the village. The village chief was first to be named, and so frightened was he that he wished to climb up the haystack and stop a Frankos' mouth, like to basically shut him up. Are you crazy? You're yelling so loudly the dragon might show up. You good for nothing. Have you not seen how the windmill everyone built has been destroyed by the dragon, and here you are, worrying if it'll return? Francois really would have loved to kick him off the haystack, but held back given that the chief too was worried for the villagers' safety. Francois saw that nigh all the villagers had arrived, and so he cleared his throat. Dear neighbors and kin, think you still... This is so weirdly written, I can't read it. Think you still that we must endure this? Like, see what I mean? What the fuck? It should be, must we endure this, but it's written, like, fancily. No, of course not, but we cannot do anything about the dragon, said the grocer. Who says so? Did I not leap onto its neck from the windmill blades, stepping on it twice, and did it not fall down and flee? Perhaps everyone worked so hard to build the mill that was destroyed. Everyone's emotions became inflamed, limited by their fists. They decided to take action against the dragon. But Francois lifted his own hands and calmed the crowd. Let us go home for today, everyone. Everyone's present lack of self-preservation is not bravery, but rather wrath. If we yet desire to face danger after calming ourselves, only then may we truthfully call our sentiment valor. So everyone went home. The next day, there were still many youngsters who wished to follow Francois to take on the wicked dragon. Who would have known that the valiant possess the protection of the goddess's radiant Carter, encouraging true valor? The dragon could neither spout fire nor slash with claws, and was forced to allow the other party to call pauses and switch personnel. And so, after several days and nights of fierce fighting, the wicked dragon could no longer bear it and chose to surrender. AA. That's funny. That's like my real life initials. What the fuck? That's like my real first and last name. What the fuck are you doing?
Feast your eyes, rejoice, and cheer, for this is the unquestionable truth. Look at the signature. Nobody is capable of forging that.
I don't believe it. So all along, our histories have been false?
Don't lose heart, Beatsy. It does not follow from his is true that ours are false.
That might be the most bogus logic I've ever heard. But keep up the mental gymnastics, Boberano. I've been waiting for that look of jealousy on your face my whole life, and I'm gonna savor it.
Why is that guy talking like he's getting off on it? Like, yeah, I love your jealousy. Ha 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 ha.
And yet, it seemed that this conundrum could indeed have more than one solution. Everyone agreed that there may be more than one truth. The party decided to visit the sacred sites of the other clans and see what their documents had to say.
I do like this castle's view here.
Isn't a narrator supposed to remain detached and objective? It feels like you're forcing a narrative agenda on us here.
Yup.
Oh, whatever. I'm in a good mood. Let's do it. The instructions say to repeat the process 3 times, and besides, I'm looking forward to watching you both be sorely disappointed.
Let's do my clan next. I'll lead the way.
I'm dying inside.
We'll need the key again, right? Let me see if I can pull it out. Yoink!
Why would you say it like that? Okay, narrative footnotes. Go to the sacred site of his clan. Oh, it's in the city? What the fuck is this? Probably gonna need my phone again, because I think I need to take a picture of what their things look like to draw the pattern. You fucking apple cottage. Oh my god.
Time to go.
Time to go where? Who's it? Chests are just on the ground?
The party finds no pedestal
Feels
in which
fake.
to place the great clockwork key, only a locked door.
Where's your clan's pedestal? Oh, let me guess, you hid it away in advance to save yourself the embarrassment of having it exposed as a fake?
You done? Okay. Now, since my clan's main claim to fame is...
Misinformation, half-truths, and fabrication.
Ah, shut up, Cafe.
Shut up, Cafe.
I swear, if I wind up dead one day, the murderer was Bill Barana. Let those be my last words.
My clan's claim to fame is that we outwitted the dragon of old and stole its treasure. Ergo, all articles of value that we own, including the pedestal for the clockwork key, lie behind that door.
So, next step is open the door?
Almost. There's one step before that. The door is protected by a smart interrogation system. We have to answer its questions, and if we get them wrong, we will alert law enforcement.
Jeez. Well, do you at least know the answers?
Ha ha no.
The correction fluid of time has dyed white the pages of the Book of Wisdom. No, I don't know the answers. But worry not. I had a quick word with the constabulary in advance. They'll ignore the alarm if we get the questions wrong, so answer without fear.
There is no response from the door, and nothing unusual about it. I will throw my fucking sword at the shit. No.
Question 1.
Who is it?
Please open up. We're here for the routine inventory check. Marcus and her retinue.
The Greek yokai, Nekomata and Boots.
And the Trusty Travel Guide Pixie! Travel Guide! Trusty Travel Guide!
Question 2. By which virtue did the ancients defeat the dragon?
Courage and strength, hard work and wealth, wisdom. Fuck, I don't know.
If this is the right answer, I swear I'll...
Correct!
Ha ha ha.
A barefaced lie. So low.
Question 3. Which is more real? The fiction of the outside world, or the truth of this world?
I don't know. Both are false. Perhaps both are equally real. Both are false. I lost my shit because even Albedo and Scara both said that back in actual Teyvat that the sky is fake and that Asmodee created the world, that it's all fake. No.
Here! Who can be sure that the outside world isn't just a dream? And that when the dreamer wakes up, they won't just find themselves inside a novel? There is no way to know, therefore both are equally real.
All correct. You may have the key pedestal.
I'm a fucking master. Smoke wafts
Traveler
out.
Marquis, you know what must be done. Please insert the great clockwork key. Oh, and this is my family crest.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Give me a second. Un momento, you son of a bitch! I believe I've caught you in 4K. Do you really think you can escape me? Cause are these real? They're like, no. What? I know. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Okay. Well... Okay, I mean, it kind of already filled it out for me. I think...
Do we really need this one?
No. It's a key shape, but I'm trying to figure out what the starting point is. Hold on a minute. If it goes up this way, then it would have to be... See, it would have to go... This is hard. Well, let me see something. No, wait. Break it. I can't undo it. I don't know if it's because she's in the way.
The traveller marquee draws a design that is practical and aesthetically pleasing in equal measure. One thing it is not, however, is correct. I think you should take another look at Bobarano's family crest and have another go.
Shut the fuck up. I did hit it though. It's supposed to be a key, but I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it. Well, if this is the starting point, then... Ugh. No. She's like, do we really need this one? It's like, well, you're kind of throwing me off by saying that. My controller's moving by itself. It's a key. I have it, but I don't know how they would want me to do it based on these pedestals. No. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know how I would do it, actually. Because it's supposed to be 5, and we're missing one. I need 5 points to be able to do it. And I'm clearly... Well, you know what? I didn't realize that these were up here. Oh, now you done fucked me over. Okay, well, if this is the starting point, then here. No, come on. Do it. God, it's because this angle is so bad. Ugh. That angle was horrible. It got close to the house and I couldn't see.
Let me see what
Elaborate fiction the Clan of Wisdom was able to conjure up.
If anyone's listening, I would like to submit these as my last words. I surrender. I'm the one who murdered Tappy.
That's hilarious. I didn't realize that there was 2 more because they didn't make it obvious enough. And I didn't notice that there were 2 more up on the porch. So wise Antonio in the basement of the crumbling house began reading the ancient book he had found. His oil lamp shook from time to time as the swaying structure above ground collapsed. The village was to be symbolically raised by the dragon, and he had been chosen by the dragon for he had not returned home. But Antonio did not care. He only wished to study the book the old lady had given him on the bridge he passed by today. The book was titled The Radiant Carter, and within it was recorded all the rules that every being lived in Simulacra, or believed in, maybe. That every being believed in? I don't know. Must follow. I think it's every being in. I think it is every being in Simulacra must follow. It was written in the language of the world's creation at the very start, and if Antonio was not possessed of extraordinary wisdom and deciphered this primordial text, there would have been no study to be had. This book recorded no solutions as to resolving the difficulty that Constellation Satellite presently faced, nor did it contain any hexes that could aid Antonio in repairing his own home. But he knew that wisdom was the mightiest thing in the world. The morning light shone through the ruins of his home, and the neighboring blacksmith and chubby chief took great pains to get rid of the house's wreckage. When blocked the basement hatch, with dark circles about his eyes, Antonio said to the chubby chief, "I shall defeat the dragon and I will return soon. Are you sure you're alright? You don't look like you've got any sleep. Just smoke from the oil lamp, don't worry about it." The dragon sat atop a mountain of treasures, gazing down at insignificant little Antonio walking closer. Flames gathered in its throat, preparing to burn the area 1 centimeter before him. All the better to scare this puny, foolish creature away. Halt, I'm a qualified second-class maester. The Radiant Charter states that should I refuse a duel, you cannot use force. This restriction did indeed exist, and so the wicked dragon swallowed its flame whole. Ah, how is it dreaded going to the toilet tomorrow? What the fuck? Because he swallowed it. Antonio, for this part, had not expected that the second-class rust-clearing maester qualification exam he had taken on a lark would come in useful. And since I am a second-class maester, I propose a duel of riddles you cannot refuse. Now Similanka had just such a law, mainly for the benefit of sphinxes, old sages, and princesses who wished to make life hard for others. The evil dragon had not expected this rule to catch up with it. I shall ask the first question. My house sold for 80,000 mora yesterday, but I thought there was room to raise the price, so I brought it back up for 9,000, planning to sell it for 10,000. How much more did I lose in the end? The dragon laughed in contempt. What's so hard about that? You could have waited until you hit 10,000 to make your move, but you sold for 8,000 and bought for 9, so you lost 1,000 that you could have earned instead. Wrong, you burned my house down yesterday, and I couldn't sell it in time, so I've lost far more. Sorry, I mean. I do have to burn a house, and you happen to not be home, so I might as well hit one that doesn't result in any loss of life. Now that you've lost this contest, I have the right to loot all of the same value as your life, minus 1 mora, and considering that you burned my house, I can seek damages. Let's assume that my house is worth just 1 mora. Well then, wicked dragon, you know what to do with yourself. Please spare me. I'll give you anything. Your words, not mine, Antonio said as he pulled out a contract he had written long ago, and thus did Antonio use his wisdom to take all the evil dragon's treasures. The dragon, devastated, would never again return to attack Constellation Satellite where Antonio lived. Many years later, a child asked Antonio, you sold your place for 8,000 and spent 9,000 buying it back. So it looks like you actually did lose 1,000 mora.
Look, my clan's history is true as well! There's that same unfortunate signature again, right here!
What?
Give the AA.
Oh, does this mean that my clan is the only odd one out?
Given that my clan's wisdom is such a subject of ridicule in your eyes, I will now appeal to my own personal intelligence. I believe far surpasses that of my clan at large, and make a prediction.
A prediction of what that I can't fucking stand?
It seems likely that the claims made by each of our clans regarding their history and virtue are all true.
Bobo, how can that be?
You know.
Oh, I got what's going on. Once, when I was drinking with Gujiyai, she bet me a round of dried fish that I couldn't guess which cup the umeboshi was under.
Okay.
Whichever one I guessed, I was always wrong, and Gujiyai would lift a different cup to reveal the umeboshi. But then, I learned later from one of the shrine maidens, Miyuki, that all of the cups had an umeboshi under them. Just goes to show, I still got a long way to go before I become a great yokai.
Oh, don't mind Fox Lady. That's just her way of teasing you.
Actually, that reminds me. We can now open these 3 treasure chests. And unlike the guessing game you mentioned, this one's not a trick.
Cool. Well, once you've plundered the last of Bobarano's family wealth, we can go to my clan's place.
Guess I'll take the clockwork key again then. Yoink!
I like how you just it cut him off, but it sounded like he said still a life of wandering. Kazuha. What the fuck? Did he just blink at me? What are you fucking doing? Let me look. Where is it? Where is it? Where the fuck? Yes, it's a life of wandering, but it sounded like he said still a life of wandering.
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering?
Yeah, it cut him off, so it sounded like he said something else.
Brings a smile to my face.
He's just smiling me.
Follow the wind.
What the? He's ASMRing the shit out of me, bro. Why would you do this to me? There's no way he can climb that arch. Hold on. Yeah, that looks comfortable. Let's go. Scara, if you'd be so kind, do you think you can get the fuck up there? Nope. Who has better moanings, Scara or Kazuha? Scara.
Too slow.
Oh god.
The wind rises.
Scara has better moans when climbing, but Kazuha has better moans when getting hit.
To his clan's sacred site. They arrived to the site of a giant gun towering over them.
Up ahead is my clan's gigantified guard. He can be a little pig-headed, and he's incredibly strong. Your weapons won't even scratch him.
Wait, but wasn't Kappei's clan the one that's all about strength? So, what do you guys believe in then?
Oh, the guard is one of Kappei's people. Size is a coveted trait in the clan of strength, after all. Mine is the clan of empathy, and our key contribution is growth serum.
What's sympathetic about that?
Our ancestors believed that, just maybe, the dragon of old didn't mean us any harm at all. Perhaps the dragon simply didn't notice us, since we are so very tiny. So, they drank the growth serum and grew even larger than the dragon. Then, they set the dragon down, calmly explained their perspective, and eventually taught it how to empathize. The serum isn't what it once was, though. Nowadays, it doesn't make you grow all that much, and it actually makes you lose your empathy. So, I advise we take a detour.
Despite Albizzi's words of caution, somebody, no doubt, has other ideas. Surely we could avoid a conflict with the guard, they think to themselves, if we could just try to understand one another. You could, of course, just take the path to your left and go around. But some people are gluttons for punishment. It's all part of the experience, I suppose.
What? You want me to go down the middle?
Squall Fury.
No, fuck you. I take the path less traveled. You said left, I'm gonna go right. I'm right-handed, so I'm going right. Fuck you.
Determined, presumably, to always do what is right and never do what is not right, the Marquis...
Over here! I found it!
We should be getting close.
Why is this place so full of junk? Are you the kind of people who never throw away the box when you buy something because you're worried you won't be able to return it without the original packaging? We'll never find the Oracle pillars in all this mess.
Never mind that. We have a more pressing issue. It seems there's a slight problem with my clan's family crest. The Marquis may need to utilize their wisdom to solve the issue.
It's not that hard. You're only missing 2 fucking points that are very obvious, you fucking idiot. I have to eat kind of something. I have an issue where if I don't eat, I get really sick. It's a condition of mine that's... It acts up suddenly, so... I'm eating by hand, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Anyway.
Wisdom too, huh? Well, you guys have a bit of everything, don't ya? Except empathy.
I have something, alright. Something that's long and hard. It's my sword. What the fuck did you think I was gonna say, you freak?
Keep the noise down! We don't want to alert the guard.
Oh yeah? How's this, huh?
Can't you destroy the boxes a little more quietly?
You like this? Sorry.
I'll go keep watch.
Well, God, are we doing this fucking backwards? Well, hold on. If this is the middle point, then... Let me turn my phone upside down. See if that helps me. Ah, yes. Well... You know what? It kind of doesn't. Well, I think... yeah, it will. I'll have to make it... Oh wait, hold on. Hit it. Am I supposed to use all of them or no? I got it. And turn it upside down.
This is the last one.
It took me a minute because I was like, well, because if I'm looking at it from upside down, while flipped the opposite direction, I had to really use my mind to figure out what it should look like mentally, and it took me a second. Holy shit. Galileo. Galileo. And Alberto did many good deeds again today, though it was not most tiring to help the old lady on the bridge move her barrels of hard apple cider. They each got a small barrel as the reward. The moonlight was unobstructed and beautiful, and the two good friends climbed up the high wall that had been built to stave the evil dragon off. Alberto lost the rock-paper-scissors match, so he had to hold the barrel of cider under the crook of his chin as they climbed the ladder. Arm, rather. I thought that didn't make any sense what I just read, and I didn't, because I didn't read it right. Look, this is the big house that our chubby chief was so proud of. Doesn't look so big from here, huh? Said Alberto as he looked at the house. You're wrong, that's my home, said Galileo. The chief's house is that one. Alberto's night vision was not all that good, and moonlight could never compare to daylight. If one were to close one's eyes, the light could not be seen at all. He tried a little harder, but could discern nothing more. But it's also really small, Galileo continued, so there's nothing wrong with your statement. Galileo and Alberto were both rather perceptive people. Galileo's reply covered for Alberto's... is that supposed to be discomfort regarding his poor vision instead of I feel like that's a typo. It says discomfort, but I think it's supposed to be discomfort. While Alberto also lost the rock-paper-scissors match on purpose so that he could carry the cider barrel because the gears under Galileo's ribs were injured. Here's to you, the two friends raised a toast once Alberto stuffed a cork back into the barrel. The next day, the two gathered everyone in the village plaza. The first, they apologized for the collapse of the anti-dragon wall and told all the people that they were preparing to have a talk with the evil dragon. I know it was a lot of work for everyone to fix that wall, but we're not that fussed about it anyway, said the chubby chief said. God. But are you sure you're not bragging when you say you knocked it down yourselves? Of course that was not the chief's point. He too was a good person. He continued, also it's too dangerous to seek the dragon out, don't worry about us, and so the two friends and the whole world departed. The evil dragon trembled before Alberto and Galileo. For some reason the old lady's liquor could make people grow very, very large. That was how they accidentally squashed the high walls the previous night. As they gazed down at the ground far below, they more or less understood how the dragon thought. No wonder it could accidentally destroy the village at its feet. So as long as they could get the dragon to notice people, they could surely come to an understanding. The two friends thus drank all the remaining magic cider, becoming even larger than the dragon by a good margin. Reeking of alcohol, they sandwiched the dragon between them and drunkenly tried reassessing with it. Maybe that could be the word, reassessing. The dragon shriveled up in terror, all of its blank fell aura forever gone. It could be evil. All of its... Because what's the word with M and usty? Monstrosity? No. Well, anyway. It looked even like kind of pitiful. Alberto attempted to pick dirt off the scales of the dragon's back, but wound up picking off an entire scale. The dragon sought to flee, but Galileo, fearing the crisis might persist for 10,000 years more if the misunderstanding was not cleared up, tugged its tail and dragged it right back. To be honest, we've always lived under your feet, but we are far too small, so you may not have ever seen us. Now we've transformed and become big, Galileo said, so now surely you must know that we dwell at your feet. The dragon nodded repeatedly, and thus did the two of the dragon chat all night, and believing the goal of mutual understanding achieved, the two set off along the road. There's the initial skin.
The signature. So it's true.
Oh, what blind.
Empathy is one of the founding virtues of Constellation Metropole too.
Just as we suspected. All three are the truth.
Okay. Well, this is a lot to process. I feel a little empty inside. Yes, we found the truth, but there's too much truth.
I get you. It's like in Inazuma, when there were only 6 books in the Mirage Warrior series, it was really popular. But by the time book number 88 came out, nobody wanted to read it. They all lost interest.
A brief moment of joy is drowned out by a growing feeling of melancholy. But perhaps there is a glimmer of hope to be found too. Anyone? Anyone?
So sorry.
All right, I'll say it. How is it the case that these 3 versions of history can all be true at once?
It sounds like Astarion to me. What the fuck is happening?
That's exactly what Paimon was wondering, but Boboron kind of already explained it away earlier.
I play a lot of games that I don't put on my channel. Baldur's Gate, I really like Astarion. I like having him with me. Then again, so does everybody.
So Paimon was worried she'd look stupid for asking the question.
I like the part where he goes to your tab and he's like, "Get up." I said, "Get the fuck up." It's so funny.
It's not a stupid question at all, my dear little pixie. While I did postulate that different truths may coexist, there is an issue when it comes to these 3 truths in particular.
Why?
The problem is, all 3 truths are the history of the exact same thing, namely the dragon and the Metropole's origins. Yet all 3 bear the signature, showing that they're genuine.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly, the sound of a bell rings out.
The bell! It rang once! What does that mean again? Ah, yes! Highest level of emergency! Everyone to the main entrance! Staff! Bring on the glue traps and place them outside the gates!
The whole city is on the lookout, and there's only one way out. It's the path right in front of you.
Why'd they ring the bell anyway? Also, why is one ring the highest level of emergency?
Obvious.
Am I supposed to
They're
go here?
outside! After them!
Huh? Why does it tell me to reach the destination and then... Scara. Oh, he's getting a little too low.
Any further and we'll be outside our jurisdiction! I think we've pursued them far enough to earn a salary from the Empathy Clan. Come on, let's head back.
Huh. Idiots.
I made it out. Don't know if we'll still be needing this clockwork key, but I yoinked it out before we ran, just in case.
This is funny.
Hello, it's Astarion. Get up. I said get the fuck up.
That's what that guy sounds like.
Okay, but back to the truth problem. There are 3 conflicting versions of the truth, and somehow they're all still true. What is that supposed to mean?
I don't know. I doubt anyone here in Simulacra can make sense of it. All we do know is that any manuscript bearing her signature has to be valid.
Hey, I just realized. Is it Alice?
She is the goddess of fate, the creator of all this. And all these manuscripts are her grand design.
The reason we argued about who was right was that we didn't know enough about the truth of the past. But now we have the truth. So we just have to accept it. As surely as we will follow the clockwork path designed for us, so is this the course that history has taken. It is clear and incontrovertible.
We will never argue again. Thank you all.
Is that all there is to it? Is this where the decision made at the first crossroads of destiny has led us to? A pointlessly happy ending? Overthinking it would be equally pointless. Well, that's enough for one day. Time to take a break.
Could you be any more cryptic? You're planning something. Paimon knows it.
Whatever happens, today was a breakthrough in my journey of discovery. I will go back and share it with my clan.
Me too.
And me.
Let's leave it there for today then. I'm sure we'll find out what else Mr. Narrator has planned for us tomorrow.
Oh my god.
What a beautiful day, thought the traveller, before she was overcome by a creeping sense of foreboding. The voice in her head grew louder. Must go to Pendulum Lane.
Why is he, like, kind of injured? What the fuck? Must go lose my shit. Yeah.
Pendulum Lane is just up ahead. Something must have happened here after all. Everyone's crowded around.
Look at them just pop loading in, bro. Much big. What the fuck are you doing?
Oh my god, this is terrible! I don't understand. The three great clans of Constellation Metropole have finally made peace with each other. Who could have done this?
What happened? Oh no, someone's lying on the ground. Cappy!
How did this happen?
Kappa, you idiot! Wait up! You need to revise your last words or everyone's gonna start suspecting me!
Last words? What did he say?
That I killed him.
If I wind up dead one day, the murderer was Boberano.
You could have at least pretended to not remember it.
I'm sorry, Boberano, but this is an interrogation. I have to give the detective straight answers.
Don't worry, Boberano. I don't consider you a suspect, nor do I have the authority to charge anyone with a crime. So, are you the last people to have had contact with him? My sincere condolences. You were travel companions, right? It's a real tragedy. I'm afraid he'll be out cold for another hour and a half, at least.
He's not dead.
Yeah, I know. It's despicable. Hitting someone in the back of the head is the second worst act of cruelty there is. The first being replacing their gear oil with extra strong glue.
So, Cappy's not dead?
His gears, metal frame, and shirt are all still in excellent condition. It's just his energy supply that's been all messed up. Wait. But surely you can't be suggesting that just because Cappe isn't broken, there's no need to go looking for the culprit.
No! There's something in huge need!
Unfortunately, this is rapidly turning into a cold case. There's no evidence and no witnesses. Unless there's an official clockwork pedestal or the goddess of prophecy around here somewhere. Excuse me. Then suddenly the long-lost dragon of old flew across the sky.
Where?
Yeah, I know.
I didn't see anything. Wait, why can't I move?
My mistake. It was just a cloud. Or a bird. Or something. If only we could turn time backwards and replay the crime.
I can do that, actually.
Isn't that one of those, clockwork socket things right behind you?
So it is. No wonder everyone here is suddenly struggling to move. Traveller, if you please, let's recreate the crime scene.
Oh my god. Strike that shit.
It seems too chaotic. I can't make heads or tails of it.
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Who's alone? How did I not see him fall?
Well, that clears it up. Cappy was walking along the street, and he suddenly collapsed. He was faking it.
What? So case closed? Aren't you supposed to investigate a little more first?
We literally replayed the crime scene and saw it with our own eyes. There's no need for any evidence gathering or powers of deduction now. And besides, maybe the truth is inherently strange by nature. Like how Constellation Metropole has 3 histories, each of which is the truth.
But didn't you say Cappy was struck in the back of the head and knocked unconscious?
For all I know, he could have bashed his head against a toilet bowl before leaving the house. Then walked here in a daze before finally passing out. As for why he might have done that, my guess is... With the Supreme Clan question left unanswered and the tension in Constellation Metropole suddenly wiped away, he was looking to create a new source of conflict. Only then would the city feel alive again.
Do we really think he's capable of that, though? Sounds like a pretty complicated conspiracy for the average Simulanka resident.
Traveler, something about the crime scene isn't sitting right with me. It just seems unnatural. Also, anything outside of the immediate area won't have appeared in the replay. Is it possible that something was missing from the scene? Why don't we search the area?
Wait, what are you doing?
Oh, we're gonna head to Cappy's house to check the toilet bowl for signs of an impact.
Oh my god.
Hello there. Have you seen my spear by
My thing's
chance?
moving by chance. My thing's moving by itself.
Someone was shouting about a dragon a minute ago, and I instinctively threw it into the sky. Yeah.
Oh, it came down and hit him. But if you got hit in the head with a fucking spear, how could you not be
There's a
dead?
spear here. It looks so mysterious. Let's take it.
Oh.
You're not from these parts, are you? Just visiting?
Yep, that's right. Why? What's up?
Well, I was going to offer you a great job in the Titanium mines. A safe and secure working environment.
Lies.
Doesn't sound very safe. At least not as safe as being a courier.
To keep the titanium ore intact, we use specially designed pickaxes that can't cut through it. Even if you struck a person with it, it wouldn't so much as leave a scratch. And in terms of labor intensity, the work has been rated as Class 2 physical labor by a reputable organization. Even cats can do it.
I'm not! Never mind. I give up.
Welcome to Paimon's world.
So everybody calls her fairy and pixie and floating melon and talking doll and all kinds of other shit.
Mind you, I don't know what happened today, but somehow a pickaxe has gone missing. Maybe one of the giant guards broke it down, so someone took it to perform a rapid resuscitation procedure.
Sounds pretty brutal for a first aid technique. Still, a missing pickaxe. Is it just me, Traveler, or does it seem kinda suspicious?
Yeah. But he also said that you couldn't hurt anybody with it.
Time to go.
The flying fuck.